number one. Amount of wine necessary to exempt. According to many poskim, bracha on wine will exempt other beverages only if one drinks significant amount of wine. Significant in double quotes, right? So what does it mean, significant? The minimum amount considered significant with regard to the exempting other beverages is mlo lugma, a cheekful, or approximately 2 ounces. 2 ounces. Okay. You know what? Let's read completely, and then we go back with commentaries. Okay, and we'll explain. If one drinks less than 2 ounces of wine, it is questionable if the other beverages sort with the wine require separate bracha. Since the requirement of bracha for other beverages is questionable, one should not drink the other beverages without bracha, as they might indeed require one. Nor should he make a bracha on them because bracha may be unwarranted. It is advisable, therefore, that the person plans to drink wine and other beverages, he should drink at least 2 ounces of wine. If this is difficult for him, he should not make shechakol on other beverages, but rather ask friend who is about to make shechakol to be motzi him. Alternatively, he can make shechakol on an item that has not covered by the bracha of wine. For example, a piece of fish, piece of sugar, right? While having intention to exempt the other beverages as well. Okay, so it's very, very practical, very, very useful. So let's start. Let's go this piece from the beginning, and we're going to explain line by line. Okay, it's very interesting. So the amount of wine is the necessary to exempt. In order to understand what we're trying to say here, first of all, if you go back to bread, right, what we learned in Mishnah Brura. So we said that in order for a bread to exempt other foods, you need to eat at least 1 ounce of bread, like 28 grams. So if you're going to eat less than 28 grams, so other foods are not exempt. So it means this piece of bread is not a meal. You understand? So same. So if I think I gave this example. So one time it was leftover piece, I don't know, from the day before, and of course I washed my hands. I didn't say blessing because it's too small piece. So I said chamotzi. I ate bread and ate and made blessing on other foods. Okay. So because it was for sure it was not enough to exempt other foods, but of course we don't want to throw the piece of bread out. Chas v'shalom, wasting food, not good, right? So you eat, but it's not going to cover other things. Okay. And same story with wine, right? So I mean to say blessing on the wine. So first blessing. Bracha Rishona, we say on any amount. Doesn't matter. You want to do a little sip, you still say the blessing. Doesn't matter. But this sip is not significant enough to cover all other beverages that you're going to drink afterwards. Understand? So that's why they give us all of this criteria. Okay. So criteria is mlo lugmaf. Mlo lugmaf. It's a cheekful, like what can fit behind one's cheek. Of course, everybody have a different cheek. So bigger guy, I don't know, have a bigger cheek full than a little lady, right? 5 feet tall, right? Of course. But so I would say on one hand it's cheek full, but on the other hand it's 2 ounces, right? Okay, approximate. So it's like an average. So let's do from the beginning with all of the commentary. According to the many, so basically I explained many things, but whatever we missed, we're going to explain now. According to many poskim, bracha on wine will exempt other beverages only if he drinks significant amount of wine. Commentary. According to some poskim, the rule that wine exempt other beverages applies only in cases where one plans to drink many cups of wine. Many cups of wine. Thus, where one drinks only 1 or 2 cups of wine, the Hagafen will not exempt the beverages. So I'm not sure who can drink like many cups of wine, right? Similarly, when one uses only 1 cup of wine for Kiddush and does not plan on drinking additional wine, his Borei Hagafen will not exempt other beverages. Okay, so let's understand this. Those poskim. So they say the statement is for that's what we started with, that in order to exempt other beverages, he has to drink significant amount of wine. And significant amount of wine, they say it's several glasses. I don't know, cups. I mean, a person would get drunk like from 2 cups, 3 cups. I don't know, maybe some alcoholics not going to there, but normal people would get drunk, I think, from a few cups. I don't know. So okay, so they say if you plan to drink these several cups, then all of the other beverages are exempt. If not, not. Right. So basically, this kiddush, when we do kiddush, whether Friday night or Shabbos morning, it's for sure it is Revi'is, right? And on Friday night when we're learning Halachos of Shabbos, we say it has to be like more stricter. More stricter is we said 4.2 ounces, I think, right? And you don't have to go as Chazanish as a 5.1, I think, but I mean, I do, but it's not that's just like wine on Friday night. It's I drink wine only once a week, so that's it. I mean, and it's not strong, so that I have no problem to drink this 5.2 ounces, no problem. Right? And on Shabbos day, we said since it is rabbinical, on Friday night is biblical, on Shabbos day it's rabbinical, so we can go lenient opinion, we can go 3.1 ounces. If you want, if not, drink 5 or drink 4.2, no problem, right? So it's already so, and usually people drink the wine during the meal, if they do, right? So then all of the other beverages are exempt, right? But if not, they're not exempt, right? If person, for example, he does not like wine. He does not like wine, and whatever Kiddush wine is the only wine that he's going to drink. That's it. So other beverages are not exempt, according to this opinion. Okay, continue. According to the most poskim, however, when even 1 cup of wine or less will exempt other beverages, provided that the requirement discussed in section A2. So it's A1, so the next one are met. Okay. So according to this, most paskim, even 1 cup. I mean, as I said, I mean, I can do 1 cup, 1.5, but many cups, that's that's too much. That's waste of life, I would say. Okay. So continue. One second. So second opinion. Okay, we said continue. The minimum of 1 considered significant, right? Significant with regard to exempting the beverage in low mouth, right? So even though there are several opinions, right? As we said, one of them significant said many cups. Others say even 1 cup or less. So we're going. So the halacha is accepted by the second opinion, and they say lolugmaf. Even though when we were talking about Shabbos, lolugmaf was actually less than 2 ounces. No. It was 2 ounces. It was if 4.2 ounces. Yeah, it would be exactly half of. Lolog maf is half of revi'is. Right, so it would be 2 ounces, yes. Sorry, chick-full, or approximately 2 ounces. Okay, we're good. Commentary. The amount of liquid which constitute lolog maf varies according to the size of one's mouth. As we understand, a big guy and little tiny lady, right? Elderly lady. You cannot compare. But approximately 2 ounces for average person. Okay. Continue. If one drank less than 2 ounces of wine, it is questionable whether the beverage served with the wine are required separate bracha. So as we said many times in our classes, don't put yourself in this questionable situation. Of course, there are ways out of the situation, but don't put yourself initially in this situation, right? So if this person drank less than 2 ounces of wine, so lolog maf, so it's questionable if he can continue or she can continue drinking Pepsi, let's say, right? Pepsi is not good, not healthy. Seltzer, it's better. Since the requirement of the bracha, since the requirements of a bracha for other beverages is questionable, one should not drink the other beverages without bracha, as they might indeed require one. Nor should he make the bracha on them, because bracha might be unwarranted. So here we go. So person put himself in such a situation that he cannot drink other beverages because he did not drink enough, right, of this wine, and he cannot make blessing because maybe it's enough, so he put himself in this questionable situation. It is advisable, therefore, so he's of course there are solutions, but initially don't put yourself in such situation. It is advisable, therefore, that when a person plans to drink wine and other beverages, he should drink at least 2 ounces of wine. Right, 2 ounces. I mean, it's not much unless it's a very strong wine. But I don't know. Don't drink strong wine. That's it. If this is difficult for him, he should not make shechakol on other beverages. So okay, so he wants, but he cannot. So just because he cannot, he put himself in this questionable situation, so he cannot drink other beverages. So if we're talking about bread meal, there is no problem. There's other beverages exempt. We're now talking about the meal without bread, right? Beverage, but okay. Just 1 second. But rather, so he cannot make another shechakol on a seltzer, let's say, but rather ask a friend who is about to make shechakol to motzi him. To motzi someone, it means that keeping in mind. So when you make a blessing on this seltzer, please keep in mind that it's also a blessing for me. So I should be motzi with you. So usually we cannot do that for foods other than bread, usually, as we discussed some time ago, right? But here is exceptional situation. It's exceptional because the guy is stuck, right? Alternatively, he may make shechakol on an item which was not covered by the bracha on the wine. For example, piece of fish or piece of sugar, while having intention to exempt the other beverages as well. So here we go. So I mean, if you're in your home or you're somewhere where there is extra food, there is no problem. But let's say if you're at in the office, right, working, or in your job you're working, and that's all your lunch, that's all you brought with you, right? So if there is another Jew, so ask him to help you, and or to help you, or take some other foods, right, that have a shechakol blessing, and like fish, they say a piece of sugar, some other candy, right, whatever is it. Piece of cheese, right, and say blessing on that, basically we're talking about solid foods, right? And when you eat the solid foods, so you make you keep in mind that you want to include also these beverages. Okay, so that's two simple solutions.